Welcome to a show unlike any other, the one place you can get all of the best sports highlights from here on Delmarva. Of course, welcome to Delmarva Sports Insider. I'm Ryan Eldridge. Beside me, Trayvon Miles, Jeff Harris, and a short distance away here in the studio, Jonah Restuccio.
Exactly right, Ryan. Welcome to the only live and local show here about all sports right here on the Eastern Shore.
Guys, it's so sweet. It is playoff time.
Yeah.
Some Bayside teams still in action. They're in the hunt, and they are hungry for some state titles.
Yeah.
Why not? So we start tonight with a big baseball matchup out in Federalsburg, a pair of teams that know each other pretty well.
Yeah, I would say so. A rematch of the Bayside Championship game in the 1A East Regional. Colonel Richardson hosting Mardella earlier today. The Colonels, winners of their two previous meetings, both by only one run, and a big reason why the big fella, number 27 on the mound, Jamison Covey, getting it done. It kept the Warriors scoreless through 5 innings. Now, offensively, the bats would start working in the third. Runner on second for Remy Mangum. He's going to single up the middle. That's going to bring around Mason Lambert. Took a few innings to get there, and they would tack on another in the 5th.
All right, so facing a 2-0 deficit in the top half of the 6th inning, Mardella starting to go into desperation mode. Runner on first, Dylan Smith. That's a deep outfield ball, all the way to the fence. Deep enough to score a runner to make it a 2-1 ball game. Then later in the inning, Smith still on second. Ryan Tiemann with a single back right up the middle. Smith comes around to score, so the Warriors back from the dead. They tied this one up at 2 apiece. So, to the bottom half of the 7th inning we go. Bases loaded. 1 out for Colonel Nathan Roth with the chopper up the middle that finds the way through. Colonel Richardson, your 1A East regional champs. They'll get Boonesboro in the state semis next.
We have faith in all our guys, and that's what they said. I mean, we believe in you guys. I like our chances. This team's good. This is one of the best teams I've been on in high school. And this has been our goal all year. It's been state championship.
I see us as the best team right now in the state. You know, I don't think we can be beat by anyone but ourselves. As long as we keep playing our game and play good defense, I think that we'll win it.
Wow.
Yeah, they say it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a year, and Colonel took them to the final inning to do so, but they did get it done. So.
Yeah.
As far as we thought.
We talked about it this time last week. If Mardella wanted to put the naysayers away, they would have to come in and beat St. Michael's, which they did, and come in and beat Colonel. Obviously, they don't beat Colonel, but no one's beaten Colonel this year. Yeah. So you can't really fault the great Mardella team. Really want to see what Colonel's got next. They got defending state champion Boonesboro up next.
Yeah, and credit Mardella in this game. They were down 2-0 on the road. It's the 6th inning. So what are you going to do? Are you going to fold, or are you going to produce some runs and tie this game up? Yeah. And that's exactly what they did. Covey, pretty much unhittable through those first 5 innings, comes back. They put up 2 runs. Of course, CR, they advance. So we're going to see what they do. I believe that game is at 4 o'clock scheduled on Tuesday, May 21st against Boonesboro. But aside from baseball, we had some lacrosse tonight as well. So for that game, let's toss it over to Jonah.
So we'll continue our Maryland playoff coverage with the 2A boys lacrosse state semifinals. Parkside's first state semi appearance since 2010 up against Century. Less than 2 minutes in, Matt Daniel from behind the cage. 2 first names. He's a born winner. 2 minutes later, Daniel dishing to Charlie Hackett. So 2 minutes in, Knights with a 2-zip lead. Parkside would face a 3-0 hole after the first quarter, and in the second, Rasheer Evans to Michael Doherty. That makes it 3-1. And then before the halftime buzzer, Rams getting out on the fast break. Dom Flora finishes it to make it 5-3, headed into the locker room. The Rams, they still have a chance to climb back in it. In the second half, though, Century dominating possession and the scoreboard. Jalen Stanton from 15 yards out. Century, they're on to their first ever state championship, beating Parkside 7-4. 2A semis on the girls' side, Queen Anne's taking on South Carroll. Lions opening up the scoring. Kylie Tulowitzki gets the feed from Logan Schweiger and hits the back of the net for the game's first goal. And then 2 minutes later, it's Tulowitzki, this time from Addie Kolk. She nets her second, so Queen Anne's opens up on a 2-0 run, but that would be really the lone bright spot. South Carroll's Paige Abbott through the contact, so the Cavaliers go up 4-3, and then off the free position, Shannon Finch gets the pass, and she scores 11-1 run to end the half for Carroll. Second half, and pretty much the same story. Abbott off the free position for her fourth. Queen Anne's falls in the state semis to South Carroll 13-5. All right, go back to earlier this week, 3A East Boys Championship. James M. Bennett hosting Mount Hebron. Pick things up in the second half. Alex Sewell with the rip, so the Clippers go up 3. The Vikings, they would crawl back into it in the fourth. Mateo Brown makes it 12-12. And then Brendan Demack wide open on the weak side to give Mount Hebron the 13-12 lead with just under 4 minutes to go. Bennett, they'd answer back 2 minutes later. Sewell, again, one of his team-high 6 goals, double hat trick, ties it up at 13 and sends it to overtime. And just over 2 minutes into OT, Braden Glushakow, game winner. Clippers get their first regional title in school history, 14-13 over Mount Hebron.
Lane drove backside and I just popped open, and as soon as I caught it, I just shot it. I just remember being so happy. I think I put my hands up. It feels great.
I mean, we played them earlier in the season, so we had a little bit of knowledge about what they were going to bring. So we came out here ready to fight, and we were able to learn from our last game and come out here, exploit their weaknesses, and just play hard.
So up next for the Clippers, the 3A state semifinals, Saturday at 12 noon, ironically, at Mount Hebron High School. In their first appearance ever in the state Final Four, they'll get the 3A West champ, Westminster. Another Bayside team in the 3A East Regional Final earlier this week, Stephen Decatur, also hosting Mount Hebron. Vikings strike first behind good ball movement. Beautiful pass finds Ellie Miller, who gets it in the back of the net. Seahawks able to answer off the free position. Sarah Engel converts on the doorstep. But Mount Hebron rattles off 2 goals in the final minute of the first half. Ashley Unkenfoltz threw some tough contact for the goal. So Vikings with the lead. Second half, they rattle off some more offense. They take a 4-goal lead with 7 minutes to go off this free position shot from Miller. So the Seahawks looking to be out of it, but not fading away. Ellie Dutton fires in the go-ahead goal, and that would be the last obstacle to give Decatur the 10-9 win and the 3A East title. So following that, in the 3A state semifinals, Decatur's season comes to an end tonight at the hands of 3A West champ Westminster. Great season for a young Seahawks team who will return a lot of talent in 2020 and hopefully make another Final Four run. To baseball, James M. Bennett and Stephen Decatur in the 3A regional semis, a berth in the regional final on the line. Bennett jumps out to an early lead. Brett Swift doubles into the gap for a 3-0 lead. The Hawks would have the answer. Grounder up the middle, mishandled, scoring Hayden Snellsire to cut the deficit to 1. Still a 1-run Clipper lead in the 6th. Evan Truitt grounds to third, but beats the throw to first, which brings home 2, giving Decatur their first lead of the game. That math checks out, I think. But as they would do all game, Bennett would answer. Ryan Mitchell bunts with a man on third, and Paul Oscar, the speedy man, beating the throw to home, tying us up at 6. A few batters later, Colby Davis double into the gap, brings home Jake Lacates. Clippers on top by 2, headed to the bottom of the 7th, and their ace, Sang Hobeck, closes it out from there, retires the final 3 batters as Bennett takes down Decatur to advance. And in the regional final, they get it done there as well. Your 3A East champion with a 6-1 win over Athelton. They will square off with Thomas Johnson in the state semis. And another city team in a regional final, Parkside's Cinderella run of sorts through the postseason ends in the 2A East title game with a 2-0 loss to Falston.
All right, and on to some softball regional championships today. Cambridge falling just short on the road at top seed Bow Banner. Maddie Pleasance, the after the whistle star, finishes off a spectacular season with 9 more strikeouts on the day.
All right, also in action, Queen Anne's. Yeah, they were taking on Northeast. They were able to win this one 9-4, so the Lions are actually going to host Middletown in the state semis on Tuesday.
Wow.
Man, busy time of the year in
Absolutely,
Maryland.
man.
I don't know how you put a bow on it, but and I don't think we're quite there all the way, but just the action this week. What are the takeaways?
Yeah, it's winding down. I really want to say we didn't get to go to the Parkside game, but I did see Parkside baseball coach Kyle Dahlberg at the Parkside lacrosse game. He told me that the little things costed them in their loss today. They could have had a regional championship against Falston, lost 2-0. Here they left 8 men on base, and he's excited about a very young team that they have.
Yeah, and of course we want to congratulate all the Bayside teams that made it this far, and it's exciting because this time next week we're going to have some state semifinals to talk about as well.
Yeah.
A lot of teams in action. We saw Bennett, and then of course Colonel Richardson, some of these other teams that are going to come into action as well, and Queen Anne. So biggest takeaway right now is bring home some hardware, guys. We want to talk about it.
Something to ring. That's exactly right. All right, that's going to do it for the A block. Over to Delaware. Their playoffs just getting underway. We'll take it to the first round of action in girls lacrosse and softball when we return.
My name is Jackie Zebron. I play for Colonel Richardson Baseball, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.